Looks like it's time to go. And as you can see by lack of daylight, the time on that weather station is nowhere close to right. It's almost 5:30. Morning, everybody. Welcome to Saturday. Looks like I'm already late. Our birdie's going. All right, let's get to the other side of town. So Bart spent like 2 hours getting the flashers back working on this tractor the other day, and they already don't work again. That was time well spent. On the plus side, traffic this early in the morning really doesn't exist. I mean, it doesn't exist most of the day, but definitely not now. Oh man, we timed this right. Moisture in the upper teens. It's a great place to start. So we got 20 acres right here. Bart got a head start on me, as you see. Yeah, let's have us a day. Random side note, the corn across the way there looks pretty good. That was when we were trying to make sure we got it into moisture, and we kept running out in different areas. I think the rain has really helped that one out. Field number 2, little 13-acre patch. Have this wiped out in no time. Where's Blanca? She's back there somewhere. Corn planted on the second day of planting. I think this is the second or third field. It's looking really good. As far as haying goes, moving right along, we're on field number 3. Well, technically field number 4. Number 3 is a little too tough. The humidity is still climbing, which is weird for, well, no, I guess it's only 7. The sun's really high, so I was thinking it was like 8. But yeah, the humidity's still climbing. That field of hay is really, really good. So it's getting a little too much moisture in the row, making the alarm go off. So we said, you know what, let's leave it for the end. This field's a lot lighter. Let's go knock it out. So far, that seems to be a good idea. Good God, that's a windrow. There's gonna be a couple bricks come out of this one. Holy cow. Well, that makes 4 fields done. Ugh. Flood ground is fun. Now, to go back where we were earlier, try the other 2 fields that were too tough. It's 8:30. Maybe by now it's aired off a little bit because the humidity is falling fast. Amazing the difference an hour makes. Fields 5 and 6 were good. Barely 9:20. Mom's calling, I better answer that. Bart and I were joking a minute ago. We've never baled that east farm, the entire thing in one day. Let alone the east farm and the west farm. Let alone baled it all with good moisture. So when we tried the heavy hay there, it was too wet from the dew. Went down, baled that junk, came back, perfect. So we've got, I don't know, a little over 200 bales. I'm going to say close to 200 of them are barn quality. So that is a big W. Glenn, Cameron, Aaron are already out west where we started this morning picking those up. I'm going to go drop this in the barn, come back and trade out Glenn since I know where all the bad ones are, so I can kind of sort through them as we go, get the bales in the barn, then we'll be ready for our rain chances that we have for the next 3 days. Now it probably won't rain, we won't have a single winter on the ground. It's usually how it works. Basically 4 hours later, oh, no wonder. 4 hours later, we're back. Go find some breakfast and go run a loader. Massive downside to not having the stinger and moving bales like this. One guy knows what bales are good, what bales are bad, what needs to go where. but you got to try and organize 4 people. And it just, everybody gets pissed because they're like, well, which way, why is this going that? Trust me, there's a reason. Now, here in a little bit though, once we're done with all the bad bales and we're taking the good bales and hauling them out north of town to a barn, that's when the semis come in. Very handy. Good God, this loader ride's rough. Got that field and the little field sorted. Got a lot of good bales there. Now I gotta run, now what is it down here? A little over a mile to the other field, go sort it. And the reason we're doing it like this, so everything that's not barn quality, we're leaving here at this farm on site because it doesn't need to go in a shed. So that way we'll know, okay, this is their bales. Everything that can go in a barn, we'll mark them once we get them in the barn so we know whose bales they are. We try to keep everything kind of organized by farmer. That way, whenever we load them out in January, we can remember what pile it belongs to who. So this field proves all that money we spent this spring to keep our hay clean was definitely worth it. Us and bales just aren't that bright green color. It's because this field had a lot of mustard in it, and it just ruins the quality of the alfalfa. So, what could have been barn hay is now grinder hay. While waiting on a truck, I thought I'd explain this. You might be saying, why in the hell are you taking all that time to roll these on their side? It's because they're a whole lot stronger this way. So when they're still on their strings, can you see how the top of the bale's got a little bit of a curve to it? They're rarely flat on the top. So the problem is, you stack 3 more on top of that, well, all of a sudden that one side that's down just slowly keeps seeping and your pile falls over. You roll them on their side like this, all of a sudden they become very, very sturdy because you have all these strings holding that side in. It can't sag. That's why we take the time to roll it. This little 10 acres here is really good ground. This part sucks. So we don't have a good enough angle with the deep bar pit and the drainage ditch to get a semi in. And even if we could, this hill, I'm worried the tanks would drag, and if they would happen to clear, I know damn sure the landing gear would drag. So we load on the road. Just park to where cars can get around you, and then you sit and wait for me to bring all the bales 2 at a time. Lucky for Cam, I only got 15 here, not a full load. There goes Blanca with the last of the bales. Whew. It's warm out there. 1:30. Started this day at 5:30. It's now 1:30. We are done. 120, 125-ish acres. Raked, baled, right around 200 bales. A load each taken to 2 different guys. A ground pile started. That's load number 4 that's doing a like 6-mile trek out to a hay shed. That's not bad. 8 hours to get all that done. That's actually pretty damn impressive to me. But it's because we got a pretty damn impressive crew. Whew. 1:30 on a Saturday afternoon. I've already put in my 8 hours for the day. I think I'm gonna go take a nap. So, passing through town, I stopped at the, I guess it's a TA truck stop now, not a pilot one anymore. I'm standing there joking with this bull hauler because we were waiting forever on food. He just kind of looks at me, he goes, man, there's some strange people in this world. And I go, hey, stop here 2 or 3 more times, I'm pretty sure you'll meet them all. Saturday afternoon in a truck stop, you never know what you're gonna get. So I'm gonna run home, eat my food, take a nap, and then probably start editing videos, because, oh crap, I can't. I still have a sprinkler stuck. Damn it. Does this look familiar? Well, it's been 4 days. I don't think it's going to get out on its own, so back to the chain life it is. I don't know how well you can hear me over the wind. So we got it moving. I'm gonna walk it dry back to this edge here with the hay and then send it back that way up the hill. So in the meantime, I'm gonna take this, go park it back in the yard, bring back one of the big loaders, start hauling sand from the pond up there, and start making a pile over here, kinda there. Because I'm gonna need some for sure. And I can't come through between the two pivots over there because, well, I planned it all the way against each other. So I got to get scoops up there, take it all the way around the pivot, through here, and make a pile. Yeah, this is going to suck. I'm going to go get started on that. The conditions are rapidly changing here, as you can see. So, I'm going to say piss on it and drive over a little bit of corn to save myself a mile of driving so I can try and get a couple buckets hauled. That storm, I just looked at the radar. Severe thunderstorm warning. 80 mile an hour wind and ping pong ball size hail. That's awesome. The other thing I found out, Cat Equipment does not have weather band. What kind of crap is that? I need to get a Midland radio put in here. Can't really see much out of this loader. The old loader with the single boom out in front would be a whole lot handier for this, but it's ruined my back over the last 2 days. So, and this one I know has a whole lot better AC. That would already be like 3 scoops with the little loader. So the big one is definitely handier. But I'll show you my tracks as I leave. It struggled to get here. If you've never been around these loaders, one thing to know is they don't go well with mud. They just get stuck and spin. So anytime you start sinking and leaving a decent track, it's usually not a good sign. About sank it over there. Really sank it back there in the field. Okay, change of plan. Because there's no way in hell it's going to make it through there. Because it's still muddy, I can't pack the sand in. If I touch it, it all just mushes out in the mud. So I got a hell of a mess right there. So what I'm going to do instead is now back the sprinkler back up to where the wet spot is. And then I'm going to send it this way around and leave it to go through that when I run out of water. Because right now, water turns on noon tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow's Sunday, right? Yeah, noon. I really don't want to start the run with it being stuck. And the next 3 nights, we have potential for this moving in. So I really don't feel like fighting that again. So for now, we're just going to leave this a little blank spot and deal with it later. Now I got to see if I can beat this storm home. I gotta get in the field where it's smoother. That road's too rough. They've downsized it. It was 80 mile an hour wind and ping pong ball size hail. Now it's only 70 mile an hour wind, but golf ball size hail. And about 40 miles that way a minute ago, it was a tornado warning. Radar indicated. She looks angry. I've had 2 different calls now about weather spotters and sheriffs camped out on some of our irrigation ponds getting a good view of the sky. And I don't know what they're seeing that I'm not, but it makes me friggin' nervous. Hey, the choppers are gone. Those were there an hour ago. Cool story. I'm gonna go home and wait to see what happens with this. But guys, it's 6:30. I've been on the go for about 13 hours today, minus 30 minutes for lunch. Not like that's anything significant or anything. I'm just kind of pointing out it's been a long day. I'm tired. And I've got about 9 YouTube videos to edit. That's how far behind we are. So, just taking a wild swing in the dark at when this one will get posted. Gonna end it with a happy 4th of July.